She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
I gotta have it, I gotta have it, I gotta have it. When was the last time that you said that? Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show, the show that you are a part of every single day to keep you on the right track for your success. Here's the reality, friend. You are surrounded by all kinds of things pressuring you to believe that success means having a lot of junk. Having nice cars, big houses, and sacrificing your health and your family all to accumulate all of it. Well, I'm here to tell you, been there, done that. It's a lie. It's miserable. None of that stuff makes you happy. None of it makes you feel fulfilled or satisfied. And that new car loses its new car smell really, really fast. Bottom line is that I believe that success has a custom-made fit for each one of us. And so one person's form of success is not another person's form of success. And so what we do here every single day is help to bring you content and wisdom and teaching so that you will have the opportunity to be able to design the life you want. There's a destiny calling out to you, calling from the inside of you, drawing you towards what you were put on this earth to do. And you certainly do not want to hang your destiny up to go try to follow somebody else's. I promise you, but I've done that. It makes you miserable. I've seen thousands, countless thousands of others do the same thing, and they just end up miserable. So today we're going to be talking about money. This is that one day of the week where the focus is money, and we're going to do things a little bit different. We're actually going to give away some free financial coaching right here on the show live. I have no idea what people are going to ask. I have no idea whether or not we will be able to help them, but I do know this. We have a website, DaniJohnson.com, filled with thousands of testimonials of other people who have been helped financially. And I'm not saying because they got a handout. I'm saying kind of like Carlos, who last year lost it all, lost his business, lost everything. Used a simple little strategy. He bootstrapped, started a little handyman business, and from May to December made $100,000. Come on now, friend. That was a quick turnaround. Or like Jayana, who was a single mom. Her husband cheated on her. She's living back at home with mom and dad, making $120 a month as a spin teacher at a gym. Uses some simple little strategies in the financial area as well as career strategies, which we teach in Job Domination, which you can find at DaniJohnson.com. That's Job Domination. She went from making $120 a month to being a manager of a banquet manager in a large, opulent hotel in the San Francisco Bay Area. Had not worked in 11 years. Was a stay-at-home mom for 11 years. Come on. Had no experience at all in the job in which she applied for, but she got hired, making a crazy amount of money now. So it doesn't matter what your current financial situation is. What we do know is this. We've got results, and you want them. So we're here and available for this next hour of this Dani Johnson Show to help you succeed financially. So you might want to get a notepad and a pen, not just listen and be entertained, but actually learn something that you can apply to your life. So the very first person that we've got that is called in is Nicole Rust from Kansas. Nicole, it seems like you might have a debt that you need some help with. How can we serve you today?
I actually have several debts that I have need help with, and actually, ironically, my husband went yesterday to contact a bankruptcy attorney because our debt is overwhelming at this point. And ironically, I was calling in for the show that you were doing yesterday, but I think this is a God thing that I'm calling in now.
Wow. Okay, Nicole, tell me, how much debt are you guys carrying? First of all, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I understand that a crazy amount of pressure that can be tormenting and robs you of your sleep, causes fights with your spouse. I mean, it's terribly debilitating, and so much fear and oppression that comes over you. How much debt are we talking about?
If you factor in student loans and everything, we're looking at around about $100,000.
Really? That's it?
And yeah, actually, my student loans are $100,000, and then you factor in some other odds and ends of things. We have been paying things off, but it's not impossible, and I really don't want to go through the bankruptcy process. We've actually had to do that before because of house situations and everything. I don't want to do that, and I think we can get through. I've been listening to your show and things that you've been doing for a while now, so I know it's possible.
It is.
It's so doable, and actually would be more beneficial for us to pay it and get the hand up instead of you almost feel like you're kind of kicked in the head when you do something like that. It's not a pleasant situation. But
Nicole, here's what I want to say to you. Okay, first of all, I want to get a grasp on the total amount of debt. Your car, the house, all the student loans, all of that. What's the debt? Credit cards, everything.
Credit cards, I looked through it all, and actually I had it in front of me at one point in time, and I've lost the sheet of paper. But the odds and ends, including the car, odds and ends of debt is about $20,000, and then student loans is about 100, and with added student loans in there, it's about 160,000 or so.
160. Okay.
So
is there a mortgage?
We are currently renting. My husband decided to go back to college, and right now we're just renting. So
No
we
worries.
don't have a mortgage at the present time.
That's not a problem. That's great that you don't have a mortgage. It's great that you're renting. It's not always wise to buy. All right, so we have $180,000 worth of debt.
Yes.
Okay. All right, honey. First of all, that ain't nothing. This is so doable, it's ridiculous. This is so doable. You remind me of Mia and Tony Gray. In fact, I'm going to ask my coworker to give me the current numbers on their debt that they've paid off. Raven, if you can get me that would be ideal. Mia and Tony were from the Baltimore, Maryland area, and they had declared bankruptcy twice. Okay, 2 times. And they thought that was the only way to clear their debt. And so here they were facing bankruptcy a third time. So they had declared bankruptcy the first time, didn't learn. Went back into debt again, declared a second time, didn't learn. This time around, they happened to be at First Steps to Success, which is a 3-day training seminar where it was revealed to them, first of all, how they got there. Now, I'm not saying you know exactly how you got into debt. You're like, yeah, student loans, I bought a car and I used some credit cards. No. It's a certain mindset that you've been conditioned for that has drawn you into the lifestyle of slavery by debt. So they rewired their brain. They rewired the way they thought, and they learned, they got a financial education in those 3 days. Okay, these guys did not declare bankruptcy, but are you ready for this? They have paid off $116,000 in debt in 32 months.
Wow.
Not only have they personally paid off $116,000 worth of debt in 32 months, but they have helped a community of 85 friends and family members pay off $3 million worth of debt in around the same amount of time.
That is amazing.
$3 million. They are massive advocates for helping their friends and family members and everybody in their community that they could possibly talk to with getting out of debt. They have held other people by the hand and accountable to paying off all of this debt. So are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is so doable. It is ridiculously doable. Bankruptcy will not cancel your student loan debt, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
So declaring bankruptcy for $20,000 ain't worth it.
No, it's not.
Ain't worth it at all. Okay, now, do you have that free book, First Steps to Wealth?
I believe I do.
And you haven't read it yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I want you to take the belt off that's around your waist, and I want you to spank yourself. Because you have had right in front of you a book that has 2 chapters called War on Debt. Right in front of you. It gives you the formula. The book. Do you know how to read?
Yes, I do.
Are you sure you know how to read? Pretty positive you know how to do that.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah.
Have we lost the book?
Actually, in a way, yes, because it's digital, but I can find it.
Okay.
It's in the digital archives of something somewhere, but I can find it.
So obviously the digital is not working for you. Here,
No,
write down this
no.
phone number. You need a physical copy of this
Yes.
book, okay?
Yes,
Write down this phone number, 866
86
760
760
8255.
8255.
I will give you this $15 book if you pay the shipping and handling to get it to you. Is that fair?
That's fair.
You pay the shipping and handling, I'll give you the $15 book. I did the same exact thing with another woman that was in the exact same situation you were in. Okay, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
And do not skip to the chapters called War on Debt. I want you to start with page 1. Right. Read the whole entire thing, and I want you to begin to put into practice every single formula, every single instruction that is inside of this book. I want you to apply it instantly. It's not an option. It's as though you and I are working directly together personally, and I'm giving your daily instructions, okay? Mm-hmm. When you call in, ask for Nellie or Nate. Either one of them would be happy to serve you immediately, okay? So get the book. It'll be there soon. And follow it exactly. This other woman who was in the same exact situation, she got a hold of the same exact book, the physical copy. And do you know what happened to her? She couldn't put the book down. She read it in 2 days.
Wow.
3 weeks after, okay, so in 2 days she read the whole thing. She applied instantly the techniques concerning war on debt and everything else. And do you know that in 3 weeks, she paid off $3,000 worth of debt?
Oh.
In 3 weeks. Now listen to me. She was hopeless, was in tears, did not see a way out of debt, did not think it would work for her, thought her situation did not fit what was in the book, just followed the instructions anyway and paid off $3,000 in 3 weeks.
Great.
Okay, I have another woman who paid off $160,000 worth of debt in 18 months. Using what is in that book. I have another woman, just talked to her the other day. She's been a client of ours for several years now. She had $500,000 worth of debt. She's completely debt-free in 3 years. You can do this. This is not difficult. Yes, this is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
Can we just be real for a few minutes? You and I have real lives, real families, and real problems. We want real answers, don't we? Dani has answers that have worked for hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. Stay right here for more of The Dani Johnson Show.
Imagine living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel made of waste material on top of old mining tunnels that could explode and sink your home at any moment. Imagine no water to drink, no safe place to raise your children, no food for your starving baby. Imagine that your kids can't learn to read because they have to work to support the family instead of going to school. Could you imagine living in that kind of fear and hopelessness? This is exactly what families are dealing with in the poverty-stricken village of Santa Pancha, Nicaragua. These families can barely meet their basic food, water, and housing needs. We are transforming that village. Be a part of this miracle. I want you to go to the website now and learn how you can help. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Santa Pancha. There you can join with other warriors against poverty and help bring a miraculous transformation to Santa Pancha. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org. This is your chance. This is your shot. Get your copy of War on Debt right now. There's one waiting for you that has your family's name on it. And inside that package is freedom. Your freedom, your family's freedom is on the inside of that package. All you have to do is open it up, press play, and start applying what I teach you in this program. 888-757-8880. You and I are going to help your family become completely debt-free in the next 5 to 7 years. Just imagine how that's going to feel.
If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do with your life? Discover your own answer. This is The Dani Johnson Show.
I promise you, no matter what you're going through financially, if you're allowing your bank statement, your bank account, or your checkbook or your credit cards to beat you over the head as though they are a hammer and they're beating your head into the wall, it's time to say stop. Today, we're talking about money matters. Every day of the week on this day, we talk about money. We talk about your bank account. We talk about how you can win, how you can become financially independent. Here on the Dani Johnson Show, we are completely committed to making sure that we help you to succeed, especially in the financial realm. You cannot continue to be bullied by your finances anymore. So we've opened up our phone lines. We put a post on Facebook saying we are available to help you out with any financial questions that you have. We have people waiting. We're going over right now. We're going to talk to Jessica Berry from Texas. Jessica, how can we help you with your finances today?
Thank you, Dani, so much. I pretty much, before we went to First Step to Success, we had some debt, and we were aware that we have to pay it. After First Step to Success, we were very excited. We came back, we started applying, and we were excited. We were pretty much down to 13,000. So we were like, we're very close.
Wait, you mean $15,000 in debt?
13,000, yeah.
$13,000 in debt is all that you have left to pay off.
It's all that we had. Then I did mess up my car, had a really bad accident. The insurance said, no, this is not total. We can still repair this. Mm-hmm. So they took 3 months doing that. So 3 months, like, we didn't have a car. We were just going nuts, especially because my husband had just started a medical transport business. So that was the main vehicle that we needed to do that. But it's okay. We kind of waited. We did what we had to do, and we didn't get more in debt.
Awesome.
So we did what we did, and thank God we survived. Now, after we got, they told us the car was ready. We went to get it, and it was a really high deductible. So we found people that we borrowed the money. We paid that. But during that time, of course, we didn't make the payment. Now, they said, you either pay the full amount of the car or we're not going to give you the car back.
Wow.
We did not have the $17,000, and we said, you can keep it.
Nice.
Now we're going nuts because we just started getting the calls and the envelopes with the bills, and we're thinking we were so close, and now we have to pay it. And we understand. If we owe it, we pay it, but man, this is so hard.
Yeah. Okay, so you still don't have a car.
So we don't have a car. They sold it. They sold it for $5,000. We were not even invited to the auction.
Wow. Okay, so they sold your car, all right? So you no longer have a car payment, right?
No.
That debt is gone, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's awesome. That's beautiful. I don't ever want to see you finance a car ever again. Do you understand me? Jessica?
Yes.
Promise me that you will never finance a car again.
I promise you, then. We will never.
And you've learned why, haven't you?
Yes, we did.
You learned exactly why you should never finance a car. Okay, so now this is what it's going to be. Look, for 3 months, you guys haven't had a car because the car was in repair, right? Now you still don't have the car. You found a way to survive without a car, which I think is awesome. I'm so proud of you. It means that people can actually survive without a car. Imagine that. Okay, so what if, just think about it, okay? What if you survive for the next several months without a vehicle and you guys save? I want you to rob every possible place in your finances that you can. That doesn't mean rob a bank. That means I want you to print out your bank statement. I want you to look over the last 3 months that you weren't making that car payment. I want you to look to see where that money was going. You got to print out that statement. I want you to highlight in green all the food that you guys bought. I want you to highlight all the entertainment that you bought. I want you to highlight all the habits, Starbucks or whatever the habits are, catalogs, magazine subscriptions, online subscriptions to things that are just tempting you to buy things that are not helping you to make more money, subscriptions that are not helping you to be more responsible financially, subscriptions that are not helping to further your life's education, but instead they're just taking money from you. You got to cancel those things. Cancel every magazine. Okay, I want you to look, if you got Netflix, cancel it. You don't need it. Okay, I want you to look at every possible place where money has gone, and I want you to pull out what we call fat, and I want you to add it up, and then when we come back from the break, I want you to tell me how much fat you got in your budget. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
What multimillionaire do you know that volunteers their time to help ordinary people like you and me? There's only one. Stay right here for more of The Dani Johnson Show.
I just heard this amazing story. One of our clients had written us telling us that they had used job domination and unlimited success and has absolutely exploded their career. He said, Dani, I don't know where I'd be today without job domination and unlimited success. Listen, do you want more recognition from your coworkers? Do you want to be recommended to people all over the world? Do you want to be somebody that is highly sought after? Listen, if you're in a dead-end place where this gentleman found himself, but then learned new strategies and changed everything in his work life, and obviously this has resulted in higher bonuses and pay raises, you're next. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of Job Domination right now. 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880. Job domination. That's what you need. It's time for you to dominate the job market and break through the rut that you're in.
If you've ever wanted to make millions, change the world, be the voice for the voiceless, and have a blast doing it, then you need to spend some time with this lady right here. She's been doing it for years, and she'll show you how. This is The Dani Johnson Show.
You know, it's the times when you've lost it all financially that you actually have the opportunity to learn valuable lessons. Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. This is the Monday. This is the day that we focus on money, not Monday. It's money. Money matters. You have issues with money. We want to see you succeed financially. And man, I'm telling you, there's no pressure like financial pressure. And I want to see you come out of financial pressure and rise up into being financially independent. If this former broke, homeless cocktail waitress who grew up on welfare can become a multimillionaire who gives 100% of the profits that come into my company to the poor and live a very simple life, you can too. If I can become financially independent, you can learn the same exact strategies. Come on, I don't have an economics degree. I didn't even go to college. I barely graduated from high school. I actually dropped out 4 days into my senior year after I found out that I was pregnant, went back the last 2 months and finished it off just to get that piece of paper that no one's ever asked me for. Anyway, bottom line is you do not have to stay stuck financially. We've opened up our phone lines to our precious friends from all over the world to ask any financial questions that they have. We want to be here to serve you to see what we can do. We also have, by the way, Jessica Berry on the phone from Texas. She is printing out her bank statement, as I told her to do before the last break. We're going to go through and find the money for her to get her car. We're going to find out where the money's been going so that they can get on their feet financially again. But first, while she's doing that, we're going to go over to Tim Coopers from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show.
Hey, Dani.
Hi. What can we do for you today?
Well, ours is not quite as drastic of a story, but we've just had this underlying debt that we've been carrying for years, and it seems like every time we try and do the right steps to, towards making progress, putting, building up an emergency fund and then trying to attack the debt, it just seems like things keep coming up that eat away at money that we're trying to use towards debt. Things
right.
like, if, say, the furnace stops working or the refrigerator dies or, we just had a situation where I got a bonus at the end of the last fiscal year, and I didn't find out until I went to file taxes that they didn't pull out any additional tax for that. So I got hit with a $1,000 tax bill because of the bonus, the taxes owed on the bonus.
Yeah.
So we're just looking for, what are we overlooking that will help us really make headway and eliminate the debt once and for all?
Well, one of the things that you're overlooking, and don't worry about it because a lot of people overlook it, they overlook life.
Yeah.
They don't factor the equation of life into the financial planning. And so everything that you're talking about, like the refrigerator or the furnace going out, or, oh, I wasn't expecting to have to pay $1,000 in taxes, this is called life. If you actually were to look, Tim, through the last 3 years of bank statements, and if you were like an accountant to go through them and to see what your yearly repairs are, you would see that you should be budgeting for that.
Okay.
Just like you budget for gas and you budget for food. Do you know what I'm saying? So you'll see that over the last 3 years that actually is something that should be planned for so that you're not surprised when it comes.
Okay.
That's the first thing, because it's always money that's going somewhere, right? So when you look over the last 3 years, you're going to see, oh, wow, we actually spend an extra $1,000 a year in just general home repairs or just general living, like just general, they're freak accidents, it seems, but they're not. They are called life. Kind of like you got to get your oil changed, right?
Right.
Okay, well, this year it was the furnace. Last year it was the propane tank or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe the year before it was, the brakes went out on the car. There's always something. And in our minds, we don't plan for those things. They like blindside us. And we're like, it adds extra stress, doesn't it? It's like, oh man, really? The furnace? What? Did you think that thing that was made in China somehow is going to last forever?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's no reason to add the extra stress to being blindsided, because when you're planning ahead for it, it's better. Here's the other thing. You probably already did this, but it's so funny. The refrigerator dies. Most people think they got to buy a new refrigerator. Oh, no, you don't. There are free refrigerators all over the place, right in Kalamazoo, Michigan. They're all over the place. Now, those who are really wise and refuse to spend money on things like a refrigerator, they're going to find the free refrigerator. There's free washing machines, dryers, furnaces. But we've been conditioned to buy new. We've been conditioned, well, Lowe's has a sale on right now for refrigerators. I guess it's time to buy a new one. No, you don't have to buy a new one. There is somebody out there that bought a house. They just bought a new house, and they have too many refrigerators from the last house, and it doesn't match the new kitchen. So they usually put an ad in Craigslist that says free refrigerator for anyone who wants to come and get it. And it's 2 years old. Will it match your kitchen? Maybe, maybe not. Does it matter? Heck no, baby. You can buy some paint and paint it if you want to. There is appliance paint. There is something called appliance paint. $3. You can have a brand new refrigerator that matches the kitchen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So don't always think in terms that I got to go buy something new. There's always some fool out there that has something new that doesn't like the color anymore, and they're going to give it away for free. I promise. All you got to do is ask.
What would you do? Because this is another one. We've been putting this one off because it's not like got to do it now. But our roof is probably about 5 years overdue to be replaced. But obviously, that's a significant investment.
And by the way, that's one of those things that you want to be planning for, right?
Right.
Because does a roof last forever?
No.
No. Now, here's the thing I will tell you about roofs. Roofers have a benefit for telling you the whole thing is overdue and needs to be done, right?
Right.
It gives them a job. That's what it does. But you might want to look online. Come on, we live in the day and age of do-it-yourself, don't we?
Yeah.
You'd be amazed how you could learn some things online about very cheaply how to replace or maybe take care of some of those areas that really need to be done. We've let roofs go up to 10 years and never had a leak. That 10 years passed when they said that it should be replaced and never had a leak. So, that's play it by ear. But again, that's planning for repairs. You should have a repair budget that you're putting money aside each and every month. But again, for Dani Johnson, I'm always looking for the cheap or free. So whatever is an appliance or even a trade. I do a lot of trading. I do a ton of bartering. And I recommend you look for ways to do that as well. Who knows? What skill do you have or ability do you have that you could trade with a roofer? That he needs your service and you need his. So don't always be thinking in terms of always having to hire and pay up front, but barter is always my second. It's like, what's out there for free? What else do I have already in my possession that I could use in its place? Or who can I barter with? I do a lot of bartering. Okay.
That's good. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yes. Okay, awesome. God bless you. And I'm excited to see what happens with your finances from here on out. And by the way, what I just shared with you is not the mindset of a poverty person. That's a frugal 2%er. I'm giving you advice as what I personally do as a financially independent woman. Back in the day when I was an idiot financially and I made a ton of money, I spent it all. Guess what I spent it all on? Oh, we need a new roof. Slap it on. I need a new refrigerator. Go buy the best. I want a new washer and dryer. Oh, give me them big ones that look like a car. Yeah, I like them. They're $1,600 each. I like the way it's going to make my laundry room look. Idiot. Do you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, what can I get for free? What's out there that I don't have to buy? So those foolish spending days, something happens, something breaks, always looking for the, throw money at it. That's the solution. Nope. That isn't my knee-jerk reaction anymore. And now we have wealth because we don't think like that anymore. So don't feel like, that's kind of embarrassing to go and try to find a free refrigerator. Oh, no, it ain't, man. This is what the true wealthy do. They look for the way to barter it or to fix something that they already have or use somebody else's. So that's the way of the wise. That's not the way of the poverty. If the impoverished people live like that, they might not be in poverty anymore. All right, man. God bless you. Thanks so much for calling in. That was really, really helpful. Okay, so where some of these kinds of things come from, by the way, if you haven't taken advantage of the Daily Fix, it's free. It's delivered to your inbox every day. I write you just a quick little tip to be able to help you with your finances, with your personal relationships, or your career. You need help in any of those areas every single day, delivered straight to your inbox is the Daily Fix. We'd love to send it to you absolutely free. If you go to DaniJohnson.com, you'll see right in the middle of the page, it's a giant blue box and it says, get your daily fix. You just put your email in and it's done. And by the way, if you haven't already gotten a copy of First Steps to Wealth, this is yours also. Actually, even just getting the Daily Fix, you'll have the ebook of First Steps to Wealth sent to you immediately. And if you want the physical copy, if you call our office, you pay the shipping. I'd be happy to send you the $15 book yourself. Follow the things that are in the book. I promise you, it's going to change your finances. It has changed thousands and tens of thousands of other people's finances, but it's simply by following simple little ideas and strategies similar to what I just gave Tim that all of us can do. A third grader can do this. All right. We'll continue with more financial advice right after this.
So what's keeping you stuck? It's time to get it out of your way for good. Stay right here for more of The Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. The most common question I get usually are from people who are trying to juggle their life. They've got kids who are involved in all kinds of activities. They've got business or their job, finances, trying to get out of debt, plus all their church activities and all the volunteer activities. And they're pulling their hair out going, how do I juggle this all? Man, I once lived just like that until I learned Time Secrets. Time Secrets showed me how to be able to cut my hours from 100 hours a week that I was working down to 20 hours a week and tripled my income as a direct result with what I learned. Time Secrets also showed me how to get my priorities in order, which healed up my marriage. And I became a mother that I was proud of versus becoming the mother I didn't want to be. And so if you feel like your world is running around in all kinds of different circles, you can fix that. Call 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880 for Time Secrets.
Straight talk, real answers. This is The Dani Johnson Show.
I don't know about you, but I'm choosing to have fun today. We're talking about money. A lot of people get depressed when they talk about money. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I want to run from it. So many people don't even know how much debt they have. They have no idea where money is running to. But today is the day that we just have a little bit of focus on your money. So it's not running from you, but that instead you're keeping it. Okay? You have to learn how to make it, learn how to keep it, and then you've got to learn how to turn money into your slave. Instead of you being a slave to it, you will make it your slave. Joining me right now is Jessica Berry from Texas. She called in at the very beginning of the show, sharing a story about her car and that they lost their car. They didn't lose it, meaning their car ended up she gave the keys back. It was a debt they could not pay. Now they don't have a car and they are wanting to know, what do we do? So Jessica, I asked you to go print out your bank statement and I wanted you to grab some highlighters. I wanted you to highlight all the money that's going towards food, highlight all the money that's going towards entertainment, highlight all the money that's going towards habits like coffee or eating out or whatever, buying things that you clearly do not need. I want to know, how much did you guys spend last month on food?
Okay. So we got $200.
$200 for the whole month on groceries?
Yes, ma'am, because I'm going to the pantry.
Good job. Okay, so $200. And how many people are you feeding on that $200?
We are 4.
Okay.
And sometimes we get visits. So.
Okay. So so $20 per person, 20 times 4. So that should be around $80 a week. Mm-hmm. So 8 times 4 is 24. Okay, so you're doing good. Okay, so no, 8 times 3 is 24. So you're right within that budget. But you said you're going to the pantry, so you're buying some extras, aren't you?
Well, I mean, at pantry they really don't give much. There's only 2 pantries that I have, within bus access. So you have to go in the bus. So
good job.
It's not really much.
Good job.
It's probably worth $50.
Okay.
Yeah.
$50 a week, basically.
No, well, I will say $50 a month because they only allow you one time per month. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next is how much are you spending on it? First of all, how much is the total income coming into the household?
Right now to go from $1,160 to $1,200 per month.
$1,200 a month?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how much your husband is making?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How much is going towards rent?
$700.
$700 a month on rent?
Yes, ma'am.
And the income is $1,200?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. We need to do something about increasing that income.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Yeah, I started a business. From home.
Mm-hmm.
So I could keep homeschooling the kids. But yeah, so I need to just keep working my business.
The business isn't making you any money right now.
No, it's not. I'm not working at the way I should.
Because if $1,200 a month is coming in and $700 of the $1,200, that leaves us with not a lot. That is leaving us, that's a lot. That is $500 a month. $200 is going towards groceries. That leaves with a total of $300. Where's the other $300 going?
Well, we pay around $200, including electricity, gas, and the phone. Mm-hmm. And we leave around $100 some for the bus, and sometimes you got to get the taxi when the bus is not available.
Okay, listen up, girl. You said that you have a business and you're not making money with it. You are putting a huge burden on your husband. And it's time to help. I don't care if you're going to go clean houses or babysit, mow people's lawns, do some odd jobs for them. How old are the kids?
They're 5 and 6, and
okay.
I am actually sometimes doing that. I get kids from the neighborhood that I do care for them, so that's kind of like some extra to help.
Okay. I'm saying not extra to help, like we need to make money. Okay? We need to this is not a little extra to help. You need to get serious is what I'm saying. So with 2 kids that are 5 and 6 years old, there is no reason why you cannot be generating. They are old enough to know that if mom is on the phone, that you do not bother her. Do you understand? If you're working a business, it is time to get very, very serious. There's no reason why that business from home that you can't make $1,000 a month. There's no reason by cleaning houses that you can't make an extra $1,000 a month. There's no reason by running errands or fixing things or whatever that you can't make an extra $1,000 a month. Right there in your area, right there in Texas. So you need to start marketing yourself. Because homeschooling a 5 and 6 year old, that only takes about 2 hours. That's a 2-hour job. That means you got the rest of the day to clean people's houses. Come on, housekeepers make $18 an hour. So you could beat out all the housekeepers in your area by charging $12 an hour. And you're going to make money. You can barter with some people, meaning, hey, I'll babysit your kids on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You babysit my kids on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, because your husband can watch the kids on Saturdays. Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you have your house cleaning business. There's your car. And you can go buy a car. $500, you can buy a car. $1,000, you can buy a car. And by the way, if you are homeschooling your kids, that also means you can start a tutoring business. Charge $10 per kid to come into the home, and you are going to have 10 kids for 1 hour, and you can run 2 separate hours. I have a woman that does this. She's a former teacher. You don't need to be a teacher. She makes $150,000 a year working 15 hours a week with a tutor business. Yeah. There are so many options out there, Jessica. You need to help relieve your husband. Your kids are old enough to where they don't go crazy like a 2-year-old screaming at you when you're trying to make business. But it's time to get serious, because I don't know what you're doing for the extra 8 hours a day before your husband comes home, but it takes 2 hours to homeschool. It's time to step up, honey. So either you work that business you got from home, or you start a business, housekeeping, babysitting, tutoring. I don't care what it is, but it's time to get serious. Barter, trade kids with people, right? You'll watch their kids certain days for free. They watch your kids. It has to be a given schedule, and those are the days that you work and help your husband.
Okay.
Step up. You're his helpmate. You're his helpmate. Help to relieve him. That's going to buy the car. Buy a car for $500. Buy a car for $1,000. You'd be amazed. My son just found a car for $25. Those opportunities, I'm not kidding you. Those opportunities are out there.
Oh, my goodness.
They're out there. They're clearly out there. Okay? Get on with it.
Thank you.
Step up. And I want you to I want you to come on Facebook, and I want you to tell me, Dani, I'm doing it. Once a week, I want you to report to me. All right, I made $200 extra this week. All right, yes, I'm working. I made an extra $500 this week. There's no reason why you can't. No reason.
Okay.
Come on, step up, mama. Your kids need to see you do it. Your husband needs the relief. There's no reason to stay broke. No reason at all. Not in this country, not in this time. No more. $1,200 a month, unacceptable. Come on, set your value. This is Dani Johnson. I'm sorry. I'm kind of having fun. Anyway, you got to reach a point where enough is enough. I remember when I was homeless. I'm like, I just spent a whole month being homeless. And I was calculating, I'm making $1,500 a month. I'm going to need $4,500 to move into an apartment. Whoo! First, last, plus a deposit. I said, no mo. Started a business from the trunk of my car in a payphone booth. Made a quick $2,000. Bam. Found a roommate. Bam. A week later, I was in my own place. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more after this.
Don't go away. The next segment might just change your life. This is The Dani Johnson Show.
For families in Santa Pancha, Nicaragua, life is filled with fear and struggle. They don't have enough food for their kids, clean water is hard to find, and they're living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel on top of mining tunnels that could explode and sink at any moment. But a miracle is in the making, and you can be a part of transforming this village. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Santa Pancha to see how you can help. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org, and click on Santa Pancha. But I'm so blessed that I found what is in Grooming the Next Generation for Success. This is a book that is being taught in universities around the world. It's been noted as the best book on parenting that has ever been written. Crazy, if you ask me. But the point is that this thing gets results. Get your copy today, 888-757-8880. Again, that's 888-757-8880. Or go to DaniJohnson.com. That's D-A-N-I Johnson.com. Get your copy today.
Be sure to tell a friend about The Dani Johnson Show. It just might be the key to the breakthrough they need. And now, back to The Dani Johnson Show.
No matter what terribly debilitating financial situation that you're in, I promise you there's others in the same debilitating financial situation. The problem is that when we let our head go in a pit, we no longer can see solutions. I had a gentleman that was on a fixed income, many years ago who came out to a First Steps to Success, who's on a fixed disabled income. To add insult to injury, not only was he broke and he had a huge debt, but he couldn't read. He was illiterate. Came to me and told me this set of circumstances. I told him, stick to this formula. Use these scripts. Apply it to what you're doing and don't change a thing. Well, the man couldn't read. But you see, there were audios that went along with these scripts. He wanted to market a product. Do you know that this man on a fixed income who couldn't read learned how to read by reading along, using our script book audios with the script book, and he made $50,000 extra that next year. The following year, he made $200,000 and became completely debt-free. There's always somebody that's in a worse situation, yet they didn't let their head stay in the bad situation. They rose up. They got inspired, and they started to follow instructions and turned their entire financial life around. That can be you. Now, where's the instructions? I've been telling you all day today, or this whole show. Bam, right here. First Steps to Wealth. It's free. Get your copy now. Go to DaniJohnson.com. Get it. You can get the ebook right now and start reading it. If you don't like the ebook idea, then get the physical copy. You pay the shipping and handling to get the $15 book to your house. I'll give you the $15 book for free. No excuses, my friend. And start following it as though I am talking directly with you, walking alongside those important steps and holding you accountable. And you're going to change your life. And you're going to write me on Facebook and you say, I did it. And this is the results that I got. And you're going to be one of those powerful testimonies that inspires other people. Speaking of major hardships, friend, look at this. You know, when you meet people who are in real poverty with real problems, it really changes your perspective. Like Pablo, with a wife and 2 kids, who has dynamite blowing below his house every 6 hours because he built a rubble of a home on top of some free land that was on top of a gold mine. A house not too far from him sank into the ground and swallowed up an 8-month pregnant woman who died. 17 hours they searched for her, couldn't find her. We're going to build Pablo as well as 1,000 other families brand new homes. We're also going to put them in business. We're also going to give them an education, and we're also going to build an education for their kids. You can help us by going to kingsransom.org. That's kingsransom.org. Click on Santa Pancha. That's it for us today. Hope you got some great financial tips that you can apply right now and change your financial life. We'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless.
Did you hear that last segment? Do you know someone else who needs to hear it? Go to DaniJohnson.com, find today's show, and share it online. Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for more insights that will help you get to the life you've always wanted.
The whole story of how I went from homeless to millions is right here in this book, First Steps to Wealth. I'd love to give you a free copy of this book. Just dial 888-757-8880. You can get your free copy of this book. It's like a real book, my friend. You can get an ebook copy for free right now, or if you'd like to pay the shipping to get this $15 book to your house, I'd be happy to send it to you. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of First Steps to Wealth today and begin on a brand new path of some great success.